Good morning one and all. Today I am going to teach about floating point architecture. In floating point architecture we are going to study about TMS C20 C3X. Okay, that is, it has high performance CMOS 32-bit floating point device in the family of TMS 320. Okay, this family consists of 3 members, that is TMS 320 family consists of 3 members. They are TMS 320 C30 and TMS S320 C31 and TMS 320 C82. Okay, this processor can execute up to 60 million of floating point operations per second. It can execute up to 60 million of floating point operations per second. Due to the high degree of on-chip parallelism in the processor, it allows the user to perform up to 11 operations in a single instruction. Due to the high degree of on-chip parallelism, it allows the user to perform 11 operations in a single instruction. Okay, these are all some of the features. Okay, that is, it performs parallel, multiply and arithmetic operations. That is, at the same time, simultaneously it can perform multiply and arithmetic operations. Then general purpose register file, then program cache, then dedicated auxiliary register arithmetic units, next internal dual access memories, next short machine cycle time. This process also offers enhanced address space multiprocessor interface, internally and externally generated wait states and a multiple interrupt structure. Next we can see the architecture of TMS 320 C3X. Okay, this is the architecture of TMS 320 C3X. That is, we have program cache, RAM block 1, RAM block 0, RAM block 1, ROM, primary port memory interface, and we have a important processor, that is important part, that is CPU, then DMA coprocessor, then expansion port memory interface, then we have signals as ready, hold A, STRB, read write, and timer 1, serial port, reset, interrupt signals. Okay, first we can see about CPU. Okay, this CPU consists of floating point integer multiplier. Second one is ALU, it consists of ALU, arithmetic logic unit. Third part, it consists of 32-bit barrel shifter. Next it has internal buses, that is CPU1, CPU2, REG1 bar REG2. Next it has auxiliary register arithmetic units, that is shortly called as ARA US. Next it has CPU register file. First we can see about floating point integer. Okay, this floating point integer means it is a multiplier which performs single cycle multiplications on a 24-bit integer and 32-bit floating point values. Okay, it performs single cycle multiplications on 24-bit integer and 32-bit floating point values at a speed up to 33 nanoseconds. Here higher throughput is achieved. Okay, next we can see about arithmetic logic unit in CPU. Next we can see about arithmetic logic unit. We can see about ALU, that is arithmetic logic unit. This arithmetic logic unit performs single cycle operations on a 32-bit integer, 32-bit logical and 40-bit floating point data. Okay, including single cycle integer and floating point conversions. The results of the arithmetic logic unit is always maintained in a 32-bit or 40-bit floating point format. Okay, it is a large file. Okay, next auxiliary register arithmetic units. Okay, this auxiliary register arithmetic units operates in parallel with the multiplier and ALU. It operates parallel with the multiplier and ALU. It also supports addressing with the displacements, index registers and circular and bit reversed addressing. Next we can see about memory architecture of this floating point processor. In this floating point processor has separate memory architecture. That is, it has the program counter, which is a 32-bit register that fetches the address of the next instruction. Okay, this program counter is a 32-bit register. It fetches the address of the next instruction. Similarly, it also has the instruction register. Okay, this instruction register is also a 32-bit register that holds the instruction opcode during the decode phase of the instruction. It holds the instruction opcode during the decode phase of the instruction. So next it has separate memory for memory data for program. It has separate memory for program and data. Okay, processor has separate memory, separate program data and DMA buses for parallel program fetches, data reads and write operation. Okay, this processor is operated either in microprocessor mode or microcomputer mode. Okay, that instruction, when a instruction catch contains 64 cross 32 bit words of RAM. It contains 64 cross 32 bits words of RAM. It is divided into two 32-bit word segments, which speeds the program fetch from external memory. It is divided into two 32 word segments, which speeds the program fetch from the external memory. Here, when the CPU requests an instruction from the external memory, the catch algorithm checks to determine if the word is already contained in the instruction catch. Okay, when the CPU requests an instruction word from the external memory, means the catch algorithm asks the catch to determine whether the word is already in the instruction catch. Okay, next here the addressing modes in this processor used are register addressing mode, short immediate addressing mode, direct addressing mode, indirect addressing mode. Okay, the on-chip DMA controller could read or write to any location in the memory map without interfering with the CPU operation. Okay, the on-chip DMA controller can read or write to any location without interfering with the CPU operation. The DMA controller contains its own address generators, source and destination register. So we have studied about floating point architecture. That's all. Thank you.